Hello and welcome. I'm Tim and this is SV Paquita. We are currently cruising in the Med. This is the French Riviera and we are in this beautiful place, and I need you guys to help me. I don't know how to pronounce French words. It's Port M-I-O-U. Port Moi? I don't know. That's where we're at. And we got a big blow coming tomorrow. I was thinking it might have started today, but it hasn't happened yet, so that's good news. So we've come in here and we've grabbed, you see all these moorings over here? Sorry about moving the camera so quickly. See all these moorings down this side and down that side? You pick up one in the bow, and then they're little stainless steel rings ashore. And you can see I've got my stern line going out to the ring ashore. And if they keep putting boats in here, we'll be having everybody all lined up here and be all kinds of fun. So that ought to be interesting. Oh, she's talking to me about something. ¿Qué dice?
Oh, no. Pensé you talking to me.
Oh, okay. She thought I was talking to her. But anyway, I think that I would be at a better angle if I went to the ring. You see this last paddle board? There's a ring right there. That would probably put me almost at 90 degrees. But I didn't want to cut off the access that everyone has coming down here, so I put it over to here. And I think this is our man right here. I'm not sure, but it's pretty cool. I called the captain of the port, and they said that first of all, I asked them if they spoke English or Spanish, and they said a little bit of English, and their English was phenomenal. And they were very sweet on the phone. They said, don't take reservations, but come on in and see what we can do. We got here, and I think it's because we got here early. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning, and oh, this is not our man. This is, well, unless our man is traveling with his chick. Anyway, so we got here early, and I think I got a feeling later on all these buoys will be filled up. And as you can see, they go all the way around. Maybe we're in the open section. Maybe as I go around, I say, oh, that's a better section in there. I was just happy to get a place because when it blows, and it blows all day tomorrow, I'm going to want to be in a place that has got a lot of protection. And as you can see, I think we're pretty good here. Even if something rolls in there, the likelihood of it being worse than what we're accustomed to over here is very low. So I'm super happy about that. I look over here and I think of, I know it's not the case, but I think of, there's one place in France I always wanted to go to, and I never remember the name. But you remember the ones that I think the Nazis built sub bases in? It looks so amazing. Never been there. I don't even know. I don't know if it's in Biscay Bay. Yeah, I don't think it's in the Mediterranean. But anyway, those are so cool. I always thought that was awesome. Any of you have ever seen Das Boot? Yeah, those are the ones that I was talking about. Those are amazing. But look at this. There's no way this wall was built in the last 100 years. Just gorgeous. Tons of people out. Of course, it's a Saturday. And why would they not be out? The water's beautiful. Anchoring is forbidden here. And you know what? I especially with this whole seagrass thing, I really understand the whole mooring thing. If you don't let people anchor, put moorings out. And if you have a way so that people can still enjoy everything without tearing up the bottom, how great is that? Hopefully it won't be 80 euros. I got a feeling it won't be. I think I don't think, these aren't privatized. I think these are well, these are going to be the first moorings that we've rented in France. So we will soon find out. I read in the thing that this can get noisy because people jumping off the cliffs into the water. Oh, look at that guy go. Oh, belly flop, nice. Oh, there's a chick jumping in. Anyway, how cool is it here? I'm just so excited. I have about one shot of charcoal left. Last night we cooked some leg of lamb and ate all that. And notice that we're getting to the bottom of our charcoal. And in Spain, it was very easy to get, although I've done Google searches and it says that we can get lump natural charcoal anywhere in the Mediterranean. So the question is just if I think we're out in the middle of nowhere. So it's a 25-minute walk to town, but that might be good to get some exercise and go into town, bring back some stuff. My plan, I have one shot of fire left to go. Maybe I could squeeze a couple more out, but I'm thinking that I'm going to thaw out a whole chicken. Crystalita and I will have that here tonight. Oh, it's just wonderful. So, yeah, look at the water. Look, fish everywhere. Oh, so cool. So cool. So we have yet to make it to shore. And the more research I do and the more people I talk to, they keep saying that because of Shenzhen, I'm already checked in and they don't care. So hopefully so, but I still, when I get to somewhere, or you know what, when the people come over to collect the mooring fee, the captain of the port, I'll just check with them again to say, hey, look, am I doing this the right way? And that would be cool. So we're gonna sit here and wait until the official comes over and takes our money. And hopefully they'll let us stay here tomorrow too, because I really don't want to take off in a blow. I mean, I say a blow, I think it's 25 or 30, which is that's kind of the standard for Chris Lita and me. We usually get 25 or 30 on the nose wherever we go. But we're enjoying it. So why not stay in a cool place and do some exploring, let the wind blow, and then on Monday, keep making our way, headed for maybe, is it pronounced Nice? I think it's pronounced Nice. And we got to head to Monaco. Eventually we got to get to Monaco, and at that point, that's where I still have the plan. Even though, the funny thing about this whole Shenzhen thing, and look, so if you don't know this already, all of us in the US and most first world countries have an implied visa called a Schengen visa. And that means that in the Schengen zone, which is pretty much almost all the European unions, it's some things that aren't in Europe and some parts of Europe aren't in the Schengen zone. Anyway, it allows you to travel unrestrictedly through all the Schengen areas for 90 out of a rolling 180. So that a lot of people get confused. They say, well, when you get up to 89 days, just step out of the zone and step back in, it resets the clock. It doesn't do that. It's within a 180-day period. And so that's going to be very difficult for us. The thing that's kind of good about this is that when I talked to the passport control in Spain, when we flew back from Maine, they stamped it, and I asked them what our time was, and they're looking through everything. And if you remember, Spain never stamped our passports. Portugal stamped it when we went into the Azores, and then when we came out of the Azores, they stamped it again. But Spain has just been cool with us. So then we flew out, and they checked us out, and then we flew back in, they checked us in, and the people in Spain were like, yeah, it's starting right now. You've got 90 days from now. And I'm like, well, I know that's not right, but if they say so. So there's a chance if I ran with that theory, not only would I know that I'm not being completely honest, but I mean, that's one thing, but then the other thing too is that I don't want to be rushed. I want to leave when it's time to leave. I know that the weather, because of the change in the weathers, I need to leave 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after Christmas. If I'm out of the Med somewhere in that month, that will be good. But I don't want to be forced out by time. And so if I said, ooh, yeah, my time started right in the first week of August, to be August, September, October. Well, November and December, I got 2 months that are going to go away if even I got that gift of not being in Schengen before then. So what that means is that I'm going to stick with my plan of hiring the Italian shipping agent, go to Monaco, ship us, check out of Schengen, have them check us back in as a yacht in transit. It'll be expensive. Well, hopefully it won't be. Who knows? We'll see. But if we get this done, and then I should be legal for 18 months, which I'm certainly not going to do that. But then the pressure will be off. Hey, so there's a couple things I wanted to tell you. One is Norm Time. Norm Time Ships. Norm is a longtime friend and supporter of the channel, of both channels actually, and he had been saying that the new mics he was having trouble hearing. So then we started realizing that when I was holding it, it was more directional. So we put it on here. Many of you said, oh, wear a baseball hat. Not really a hat guy. One of you guys pointed that out. Thank you so much. Somebody's paying attention. But I did want to say that I have done something in this will be the third video I think that I've done this with, and that's that these mics have a gain. You can, the videos that I made that people were complaining about before were saying that I made that at 0, but you can go +6, +12, or -6 or -12. So we are doing this now at +6, and I'm really hoping that a bunch of you guys can weigh in and tell me. The problem with having it at +6 is you're gonna hear everything from my broken nose, having trouble breathing through, and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know. If you like it like this, if the volume is right, let me know. If you liked it back at 0, let me know that too. But anyway, that's that. And oh, I was gonna have you talk to Chrysalida, but I think she went in to go see her bird. Oh, here she is.
La bebé están jugando en la ventana.
She said she went to go see the birds and they're playing in the window. But anyway, oh, let me just show you here. So I've got the, sorry, I keep forgetting to roll that. I'm rolling that camera around too quickly. But that's the stern line there, and I've got it wrapped around to this side just so we get a better angle. I put it over here, and then I roll it up on the winch and pull the stern over like that, take it off the winch and tie it up, wrap it up on the cleat. There it is. It's out of water. Everybody should see it, so that shouldn't be an issue. And I think that, as you can see, there's rings everywhere, so I think this is the status quo. So that's where we're at. So anyway, I was hoping that while we were talking that the official guy would show up, but they haven't come yet, so we'll wait until they show up. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you still like these updates. Thank you so much for commenting. A lot of you guys got the message about if you just say thanks, if you give it anything like that is an engagement point. And many of you people started doing that, just like James had done for years. And it really helps out. So thank you so much. Good on you on that. And to let you know, I'm trying to put together a couple of you guys seem to like the video I did about the life raft, so I'm trying to put a couple more safety videos together, and I even have a guest to appear on one of them, and he and I are working that out right now. But I think the topics that we're going to be talking about in the future are going to be well, you know, on the tugboats we have to do the fire and boat drill every 20 within the first 24 hours you get on the boat. We already did our life raft, so we can call that a boat drill, but maybe we should talk about shipboard fire and about my theories. Remember, everybody has their own theories, and if there's one thing I think all of us are guilty of, and especially me, is that those of us without boats or had boats years ago always sit at home and always think we know more and we could have done it better, and when I did it, I'm gonna do it this way. And in reality, when that day comes and you do have a boat and you go to do things, things don't always work out that way. So, oh, she says she thinks the guy is coming. No. She thought this guy was coming over here, but I think that's just a bunch of dudes. Anyway, so we're going to talk about fire and fire prevention and firefighting. And then in another video, I was going to do this in one video, but I think this is such an important topic that we were talking, and that's about the misconception. So look, let me back up one more step and say, there is a problem with humanity, but especially old guys in boats. And as I'm becoming an old guy, I'm talking about myself as well. We all seem to think we remember the good old days and we knew a lot back then. And we become more and more reluctant to change. One of the examples I always use is that if you're old enough, you might remember when cars had points and condensers, there was always one guy in town who was the point and condenser guy. And man, he was a rocket scientist. Everyone else could work on a car, replace parts, it wouldn't happen. He'd go there and he'd have a matchbook cover and he'd file the points and everything would work great. That guy's knowledge was so valuable then and is worthless today. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying that nobody has points and condensers today. Same thing with people that want to fight with me about, oh, you should have a sextant on board. Everyone I know that has a sextant, no one has any sight reduction tables. So, you know, you could tell that to your friends at the yacht club, but you're not getting anywhere with me. And not only that, I also know I've done enough plotting that I know that the width of a pencil mark is going to be 10 times more than you'll get with a GPS. It was, oh, the GPS could fail. Yeah, you know what? And the world could end tomorrow too. So anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. Sorry about that. What I'm trying to say is that the video I'm trying to make is addressing the misconceptions of lithium iron phosphate on boats. Many people say, I would never put that there. That's a good way to blow up a boat. That's how you catch a fire. That's all. And they're going to tell you all this stuff. I'm bringing in a ringer, and we're going to talk about it. So stay tuned for that. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. Right in the comments. And thank you so much. And a couple of you guys who, when Christine and I go ashore, we're going to lift up a couple toasts to a couple of you guys that hit the super thanks to buy us around. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's awesome. We love it. And thank you for the likes, subscribes, and we got over 10,000. Thank you for that. And thank you to my patrons out there. I'll put a link in the below. And take care, be safe, and as always, I'll see you on the one. You want to say goodbye?
Bye.